So I'm super excited. I'm just gonna start with their formal bios. Then I'm gonna continue just with a more personal introduction. Well, first of all, I'm Sheila Ruin. I'm the visual arts director here, and I know many of you, but welcome. It's great to see you here for Coffee at 10. This is part of we have one more Coffee at 10 next week, but this whole series has been dedicated to education in connection with the youth art show. So I'm going to start with Sarah Mayhew. Sarah is an outdoor educator. I'm sure many of you know about Sarah, and former director of education at Little Traverse Conservancy. Sarah's the granddaughter of Dana Houseworth, a well-known Michigan State Park manager whose duties included Petoskey State Park. Sarah has conservation in her blood. In 2006, she received a BFA for recreation leadership and management from Northern Michigan University. Since then, her experiences have taken her to places such as Hawaii and the Pacific Northwest. I actually saw an amazing pine cone they brought in. Did you have that?
Yes, we do. Here it is. Check out this baby.
That's a pine cone.
I know.
They're growing big out there.
Oldenburg sculpture. That's a real pine cone. It's from the Pacific Northwest, where she taught in various education outdoor leadership settings. As an environmental educator, this is a quotation, I can expand on a traditional classroom lesson into one that will reach multiple learning styles while providing real life hands-on experience. And I have seen this in action. I said to them, they're like the children whisperers. They're like amazing the way they get kids engaged. They can see it, feel it, smell it, and understand it. They are experiencing nature, and they're bringing it inside for us today. This experience gives them a sense of adventure, confidence, and accomplishment, and it's gratifying. It's a gratifying feeling for me to be part of that experience. Now, Sarah Koetje is also an outdoor educator and former education specialist at the Little Traverse Conservancy, who moved to Northern Michigan after graduating from Western Michigan with a degree in interpersonal communications and business. And Sarah is an extraordinary communicator. I'm just going to say this is like I say, this is the dream team of educators here.
Thank you.
She and her two sons, Gavin and Rowan, love exploring and learning as much as possible about the world around them. Adventures big or small, they're all up for it all. And this is Sarah's quotation. My interest in environmental education stems from my passion for nature, conservation, and my love for children. I pinch myself daily. What a gift, what a tremendous advantage. I get to enlighten young minds as they are simultaneously illuminating me. It's pure magic. And these are amazing quotations. They did a camp with us last summer where they took kids. Can you imagine they took 4-year-olds fishing? I mean, like real fishing with parents. Yeah, they did that. And they took them, they also took them out, if you've ever been.
No.
Yeah, I said, you're gonna do what? Ice fishing, ice fishing. Imagine that, like, on the ice, because we are so, like, cautious as, parent, they also took them out. Is this should I have a spoiler alert? You show them the river?
No.
They also worked with Kelsey Covey, who is at J Elementary, and her students work is in the other gallery. But they went out to one of the streams behind the college, and the kids actually got in to collect clay, bags. And why? It is such a pleasure to have had that opportunity, and we will have more opportunities to work together. We're looking into developing some camps for the summer. So anyway, I welcome you and thank you so much for being here today. And
okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. We're so pleased to be here today. We're going to have to talk into this because there's people looking on too. So hello to those of you who are looking through the interwebs. Well, that was just such a lovely introduction. Thank you. That felt really nice. We're both so pleased to be able to be here today. And what a great turnout. Some gals here. So we're going to have some fun today. We have some of these beautiful little wood cookie things. My dad, bless his heart, he cut all these little slivers for us and drilled holes. And we thought that might be kind of fun to make our own name tags. Like we're at summer camp. So if everybody wants to come up, and we also brought some tea. Now a little pop quiz. This tea is made from needles from our state tree. Does anybody know? What'd you say, Ann? White pine, nailed it. Should we pass out some of these?
Sure, yes.
We're gonna show you, if you didn't already know, which I'm assuming you know, how to identify the white pine. Now, of course, you get to choose ones with the right numbers.
It always happens when you go to try that. I think I have five here.
We're gonna pass out a few of these. Maybe I'll just throw some on the table.
Yeah. Got the five here. This trick.
Do you know this trick?
I don't.
Okay, excellent. I'm just gonna throw a couple on the table for you.
Yes.
Do you know the trick? Do you know how to do it?
Know the trick, but we have a white pine that is now half its width.
Do you gals want to take a look? Here we go.
Trick.
Yeah, whoopsie. Okay, so let's all take a look at our needles here. And I gotta choose one that has the right amount of needles. You got one? Okay, here we go. There we go. I still have one with four. You have one, Sarah?
I do. So grab their- You should have.
And how do we spell white? Don't forget I-T-E. 5 letters in the word white, 5 needles in the white pine. That's our state tree. So you can go back and impress your friends now.
Yes, you can.
So
They are edible. They're full of, I forgot this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, everybody. They are edible. They are full of vitamin C and antioxidants. And we actually, as we are bringing the outdoors in today, we actually made some pine needle tea, if anyone would care to try. So we'll just pour it. And when you come up to get your wood cookie to create your name tag, you can help yourself or we can bring it around to you. So we invite everybody to come on up and grab your wood cookie necklace here, get crafting. It is water and white pine needles. Yep. Isn't it beautiful? The color. Wouldn't you like? I wouldn't expect that.
Want a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I have a cup of tea.
Sure.
But I do want to try it.
Yes,
'Cause that sounds
please.
interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
it's my understanding that back in the day, they used white pine tea to ward off scurvy. Scurvy. Yeah. Mhm.
Try the tea.
Please do.
This is crazy. I can't get.
I know, isn't that wild? It's a sugar pine.
I know. Yeah. I gotta try it again. Yeah.
The cheeks third grade.
Yeah.
Week and week, white pine.
Yeah, sure. Oh, there are markers up here. Yeah.
I think I still had my one that we did before. I should have brought her. I gave her that last one up there, so, cause she don't have it.
Here's some markers for you gals.
It just smells so good. The clay eyes, and I think it was out there.
Yeah, we'll be out there. We'll get you out there. Oh, it's your birthday.
You're such a brat.
It is.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm 21.
All right. Where are we headed after?
I want to be 21. Like 58. It's a mad Yeah.
Okay. Does everybody have enough, we have enough wood cookies?
We should.
Okay.
Should everyone get tea?
Were there just enough wood cookies? Oh, wow. Great. Here?
Anywhere.
Oh. I haven't done that yet, no, but I have my own, fair amount to do in my yard, that's for sure. I live in the woods, so there's a lot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was out in Hawaii though during that time, ended up changing, to stay a little bit longer, because there was a point to come home. Yeah, I think about a week. I was super lucky.
You were about for survival time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. It is woodsy. Okay. All right, well, we'll continue on. Everybody has their tea and their, I'm gonna hold this right next to our microphone.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
Love it. This is our nature microphone.
This is our nature microphone. We found that when working with kids that, everybody wants to talk all at once. It's kind of our little talking stick. So but then you have to raise your hand, right? And then that would give you, yeah. So
I want to use.
So then we thought it might be kind of fun to incorporate that today. So if anybody has a question, raise your hand. We'll bring you over the mic. So yeah, our plan here today, we brought the inside out, outside in. Yeah. We brought the outside in. And, this time of year can be challenging. I mean, today's such a gorgeous day, but sometimes it can be a little challenging to get out there and experience nature. But we thought it'd be super fun to bring the outside in. So that's what we're calling our thing here today. And so this, yeah.
And just the way that, I've chosen to parent is to let my children experience all. And my kids live, So this is my son living. Last summer, he wanted to dig a hole in the backyard and make a mud pool. And so I said, awesome, go for it. And so this is what happened. And it was so much fun. My house was trashed, my floors are muddy, and I loved every second of it. So anyhow, but this is an example of just allowing yourself to be immersed in nature in just all the beauty that it offers.
Right, I love it, but there isn't a map for that, as I'm sure a lot of you probably have some grandkids or kids yourselves, or maybe our own self, that spending so much time on devices has really gotten us so far removed from what makes us happier, healthier human beings. So really part of our mission too for ourselves is just to try to inspire people to get outside. So, even though we're in a beautiful gallery today, we hope that maybe when you leave here, maybe you'll be inspired to get out into the woods. So we know that there's many benefits for nature. Oh, gotta grab this guy.
Yep.
There's many benefits for nature. Here's some ones here about reducing stress levels. It opens up our creativity. We're more mindful of where our surroundings, we're present, we're in the moment. We know that it improves our mood. It gives us better, physical health as well. So it just, spending time in nature is so good for us. It makes us happier, healthier, smarter individuals. And there's been a lot of research done on that. There's an organization called the Children in Nature Network. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that. It's a great resource too if you have, grandkids or kids and you want to look for different ideas for getting kids outside or workshops. But they brought out these beautiful infographics too that promote and some of the research that's been done. So this is one, just about general health and well-being for children. And there's a couple others here that I thought were another one I thought was pretty neat. And there's so much proven research as well for how it has improved academic outcomes as well, you know, so I think that, you know, with the inundation of electronics and a real big push for STEM types of learning in schools, it's nice to have that balance though, because I think that you know, they're seeing that kids, you know, have more higher symptoms of ADD, or they just can't, you know, it's just not that balance. So really trying to encourage, you know, schools to try to bake in some sort of outside component, you know, and from our experience too over the years, you know, sometimes teachers, I think, are a little like intimidated of outdoor ed, see it as an extra thing they need to do. And really, it's quite simple. It's just teaching the things outside where the hands-on experience, you know, and I think it can be a little intimidating though for folks. So did we want to go into, I had a couple stats that we just learned. Do you have an idea what the average American spends on their phone a day? How many hours? Oh my gosh, yeah.
7 hours and 22 minutes.
Okay.
That's a very specific number. You're very close. Unfortunately, you are close. And any other guesses?
Hours.
5 hours. Yeah, it's about 5 hours a day. And it's in 22, yeah. And it's even more so for younger generations, you know, so. And then how many hours a week is it recommended that we spend outside?
An hour. And
Not 5, you're right, 2. Yes, 2 hours a week. Yeah, for a whole week. Yep, 5 hours a day on your phone, but 2 hours a week, yeah. That's a great question. Yeah. Yeah, and we're so blessed in our area to have such an abundance of natural resources and equitable access, you know, access to it. So it's that we really, I mean, we have over, I mean, gosh, over 100 miles of, you know, and not to mention the North Country Trail, you know, that's, yeah, lots of trails. Did you have your hand up?
a statistic I thought was interesting was that Michigan because of the cold.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Not embracing the, yeah, the cold. It's, what is it saying? There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad layering. Yeah. So if you can get yourself some good layering systems.
We have to, we work all, you know, winter rain, then all of it. So you have to be prepared. And if you're prepared.
Yeah, you're comfortable. That's right. Did we want to go into our game?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, we're gonna do a quick little icebreaker game here, before we get into some nature journaling. Thank you, Sarah, for my nature mic. So we brought in some pelts, some animal pelts. So what we're gonna do, is we're gonna have you guys close your eyes and we are gonna walk the furs around. So it'll be a northern Michigan mammal. And we will give you clues, but don't say it out loud. I know it's gonna be tempting. Pam, I know you're gonna want to say it. And then so we'll go around. You guys just kind of you could you know, I guess you can't really write, and you could write with your eyes closed, but it might be challenging. But just collect those thoughts in your mind, and then we'll go over which mammal it is. So, yep. Ready, set, go.
Peeking.
Sure. Which one? How many will we do? I think we'll do 2. Because we want to get going. That might be too easy though. Let's do the let's do the airmen. Want to do that?
Sorry, stand by.
There's too many choices. We decide which one to do first, guys. We don't want it to be too easy for everybody here.
Okay, eyes closed, here we come. Okay, I'm gonna start with you, Pam. So reach out your hands. You can touch it all you want.
Yep.
So this is a mammal that has an interesting fur.
Mm-hmm.
It has fur that has like there's an insulating layer. And there's also a repellent. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go with Ann on that.
Pan.
And it has a, kind of like a raincoat also, so it's an insulating layer and a raincoat. And have you touched it?
It also has built-in goggles. How about that? Yeah. Has clear eyelids, so it can open its eyes underwater.
Lives, I'm gonna come over here next to you. It lives primarily in and around water. And it, over here next to you. And it, generally
That's nice
eats,
stuff.
fish or, over here now, with you. Shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
It can make little dens in the side of some river banks. Over here to you. There we go. Nice and soft. You can see
Super
her both.
snuggly.
Okay, come on over here too. I'm trying to think of what their babies are called.
Oh.
Pups or kits. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, and then
Yeah.
last here we have Kim and the birthday gal.
No, Kim.
No,
Kim is the birthday gal.
Makes a great guess. Beaver's a great guess. Oh, it's, you can open your eyes.
Otter for the win. Yes, yes.
It's an otter. So we have otter in Michigan. They're absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, an interesting. They have this nice water repellency, like you have a raincoat on. Underneath, there's a different
can see
insulating
that. Mhm.
layer.
Do they hibernate?
I think they're active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the meat hibernate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, these guys, I'm pretty sure are active.
Would you repeat what you said about the eyes so that they could see?
They have
Yeah.
clear eyelids under, I mean, they have eyelids that go up and down like you and I, but they also have clear eyelids that go across. So they're able to see when they're swimming underwater. Yeah. Nature. It's amazing.
Okay.
Should we do one more?
Yes, do one more.
Okay.
What did you choose?
All right. All right. Close your eyes, gals. We're gonna do one more here. Too easy. What's two little ermine? I don't know.
Change this color.
Okay. Okay, are we ready? Okay. This is just a little fella. It changes colors in the winter. Why do you suppose an animal will change color in the winter? Camouflage to protect itself against predators. Here we are.
There is an interesting thing.
Oh,
about
yeah,
this,
little
because
Nice
guy.
and soft.
even though it changes color in the
Uh-huh.
winter, the tip of its tail remains the same year round.
Wow.
Here you are, Miss Anne.
One of its
Oh,
largest predators
okay.
is gonna come from the sky, so
Oh,
the thought is
thank you.
maybe it sees this little black dot, so the tip of the tail is black
Mhm.
here, and it might see for the sky.
Here we are.
And then when it goes to grab it.
It's
just so little.
I know, it's super little.
Yep.
So it's a bounder. So it kind of moves like a slinky, if you can imagine that. And it's a super predator. It actually can kill things twice its size.
It's been known to
Wow.
take down rabbits or even porcupines.
That's soft.
Isn't it nice
They're
and soft?
vicious, but also adorable.
Here we are.
If their head can fit
Oh.
the rest of its
I
body.
don't-
So it
Here we are.
do some interesting spaces.
Hmm.
It tends to also have, be more active around maybe
you, Larry.
areas that
Thank
have a
you.
water feature.
There's little tiny fellows here. I'll have to get Crystal over here. All right, I'm coming for you, Crystal. There you are. Just hello, hi.
It kind of has two different names. It's in a certain family.
Okay.
It's a short tail version of this, but it also has
Here
another
we
name
are,
when it does go
Michelle.
through its camouflage
I know about this one.
stage.
It's little.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
very little.
okay.
All right, Miss Martha. Reach over here so you can feel that.
Does anybody have any guesses?
I do.
All right, Kim.
A newt?
Oh my gosh,
How about
that
a
is
weasel?
really little.
Weasel? Salamander?
It's in the weasel family. Well, this is a mammal. Is it an
Oh.
ermine? Are you
Oh
gonna
my
say
God.
ermine? It's an ermine.
It's an ermine. Nice job, everybody. Aren't they cute? They're so tiny, huh? They're just tiny little critters.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
And
color?
little tiny critters, you know, kill, like, I mean, these guys.
Yeah.
What color are they when they're not?
Um,
white?
brown.
Yeah. So they make brown.
It's about what brown. They're not very big. They're sort of
Seasonally fall
Yeah.
from brown to white, but the tip always will remain black. Are they correct? Are they correct? Is that there? That I don't, are they?
I've seen one during the day twice, yeah.
So they're probably there, yeah.
It's little guys.
Sure.
That's crazy.
Okay, so now. we're
Okay.
going into-
Okay. All right, now that we've had our pine needle tea, we've done felt some animal pelts, we're ready to move on here, guys. So today we're gonna move on, as Sarah was just mentioning about the benefits of nature, right? And being outside. We're gonna focus on some nature journaling today. Has anyone done any nature journaling before? No? You have. So nature journaling is just a beautiful way to connect in a much deeper way with the greater world around us, right? You know, even if we if we are outside or in the woods, we might be like on a power walk, you know, we might be moving quick. Nature journaling is a way to really tap in and just connect with our senses, right? So sounds pretty simple. And it really is. So it's just taking the time. So if you're, you know, walking past a budding lilac, to take the time to smell it, or intentionally listen to the birds chirp, or feeling the sun kiss our cheeks, right? Or tasting a raspberry off a stalk. And then we see the magic that nature provides. So, also with nature journaling, it's a great way just to strengthen your observational skills and also be curious. And I think that's what we love most in nature, is being curious. So for me, being curious in the woods is just a joyful fascination to to endless discovering of all sorts of things. So we have a few photos we're going to show you here of things that we've come upon in the woods with just being curious. And so before we look at that, these are just some basics for nature journaling. So we have, I notice, I wonder, and it reminds you. We'll do the pictures first. The smiley face, yeah. So I notice. So just be specific, right? Like, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What are you observing, right? And I wonder, is this really getting down to it? Just really getting your creative juices and curiosity flowing. And you don't have to have the answer, because I think so much in life, we want to have the answer to things, right? This is just being curious, and we might never know the answer, but just writing down all the questions, right? The wonders, the hows, the whys. And then what it reminds you of, you know, can you make any connection to perhaps something in the past, or the smell reminds you of something, right? Or the texture, the color, or the shape. So
There's not any silly questions, and it's also, you know, give yourself permission to be creative and playful too. And like, it reminds me of whatever, you know, it could be something totally silly.
So I think what we'll do is we'll go to the next slide.
We brought some little cards. This was made by a gentleman who has did a workshop with him out in California, and his name is John Muir, but it's John Muir Laws is actually his name.
Mhm.
And he also goes by Jack, so it's kind of a little bit confusing. But he has this amazing journaling program, and he puts on workshops across the country, and has this beautiful website that has so many resources and YouTube videos and things. So we brought little takeaways for you today too, when you leave, if you're inspired to do so.
Yeah.
But this is taken from one of his publications too, so it's kind of nice. Breaks it down, you know, different things to be looking for, words, numbers, pictures. And then those are the three pillars, you know, I notice, I wonder, it reminds me of.
So I think if on your papers right now, you just want to write that, like, I notice, I wonder, it reminds me of.
So we'll spend maybe, how long do you?
I think we'll do maybe two minutes. And this is a photo, these next 3 photos are photos that Sarah and I have taken in nature of just being curious, wondering what in the world? And so just think through these things, think through all those prompts. What do you notice? What do you wonder? What does this remind you of?
Okay, 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh, that looks familiar.
I know that. Do you have any tea, Sarah? Oh, shoot, we can share a glass.
Okay, time has come to an end, 2 minutes.
Would anyone like to share?
What they notice. I'll put this by you too.
Sure. Notice birds, deer, noises, sound of ice, crispness of cold, steepness, hills, flat terrain. I wonder, giving birth, beauty of it. Where is God here? Everywhere. When can I come back? Explore. It reminds me of dark chocolate, mink coat, imagining.
I love it. Thank you so much
You're
for sharing. Birthday girl, would you like to share?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, your nature mic.
I noticed that it's like a brilliant green, right? Like this brilliant green. I'm looking at the, whatever the vegetation is on that rock. And I wonder how it got there, A,
Mhm.
and how does it live on a rock? And what sustains it? And why that rock and not the other ones around it? Like what made it there? And does it ever change color? Like is that not a color that it is all the time?
Mhm.
And it reminds me of coral.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like coral would just show up. And like a burst, like I noticed that it's like a burst,
Mhm.
they're circular and they kind of burst out.
Mhm.
So
Love it.
I love it. Nice job. Anyone else want to share? No pressure. You want to share?
I
Okay.
was just gonna say, it reminds me of a smiley face.
Yeah.
That's my first song. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Mhm. It's so fun. Like we all see things differently, right?
The perfect little nose.
Yeah. And what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where?
The koala bear, straight up, white. with
Oh,
two
yeah.
eyes and a smile.
Oh, that's so cute. Do you see that, Sarah?
I do, yeah.
That was really cute.
Yeah.
So this was at Woolham Nature Preserve, and Woolham Nature Preserve, and it was chilly. I feel like it was maybe in the fall, a fall day.
Yeah.
Yep. Was on the shore. And that's lichen.
I was gonna say that actually. I was like, I thought it was like it. But
Yeah.
Lichen, if you're not familiar with lichen, is well, it's a cross between a fungus and an algae. So
Sarah?
Maybe liking each other.
I was gonna say, you gotta tell your joke. This is the time. Here, Sarah, you're talking.
Oh.
Associated.
Should we do another one?
Because
Sure.
I'm new here, where is?
It's about a mile south of Cross Village on the lake
Mhm.
shore.
It's a really, really beautiful trail.
And you want to do this one? No.
Or we just move on to the hands. It's good time.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do one more of these on the screen, and then we will move into some hands-on ones. So hopefully those of you, if you're still watching at home, can do one on the screen as well. So this next one. Is this something you've seen before? Does the shape or structure remind you of something? You know, so I see, I notice, I wonder. And 2 minutes is on the clock. Might go a minute and a half for now. Keep to the time. Hey. Hey. Anybody else feel so inclined to share any observations they made, anything that it reminds them of, or any questions they have? Anne. Hold on, Anne, let me give you the mic. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder how old that tree is and who lived in it.
Yeah.
And the things that I love about nature, I see trees, and water, plants, all things that I enjoy.
Great.
Oh, why did it get chopped down?
Oh, that's another great question. Yeah. And you can tell it was chopped down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did somebody else have something they want to add over here? I thought I heard somebody over here. No?
We wonder how long ago, because obviously it's not that recent, because there's some, it's getting darker around there, but it still has some real light things. So it reminds me of our recent storm cleanup and walking
Sure.
in the woods and the hope of walking in the woods again.
Oh my
You
gosh,
see all
yeah.
the spring green coming up.
Yeah.
So it's a picture of hope, even though it's a picture of decay.
I love that. Thank you.
I wonder, how trees protect other trees and they really have a relationship with it. And so I wondered, who protected it? And who were they protecting? And, how close the leaves were to dropping in the water.
What were you seeing in it, Sarah? I love this.
Well, this is at a nature preserve in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's called the Asylum Nature Preserve. And I was drawn to this. This preserve is actually, there are beavers galore there. So the trees are covered with, there's like wiring on most of the trees there, but this was cut down. But I was drawn to it. This whole scene looked like a beetle to me. And I just thought that was so fascinating. I was like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? And then the legs, the body parts. And so I was wondering like what insect was in there munching away like how long did it take them? How many insects? How long did it take them to create this, So yeah, fascinating.
How it will what it will create for the environment, like that as it decays. you
Sure.
know, Like
Well,
maybe
nutrients,
protection or.
absolutely. This could be a home. I mean, it is a home, right? Decaying logs.
Like it's been there long enough. Big time.
Well, not to, sure, but I bet there's some little, it's a really nice micro habitat underneath that log. That there's lots of little critters that are loving living underneath there. Yeah,
So now has these babies out, right?
we are.
So
So,
we're gonna shift into more of the hands-on thing. So we're gonna pass out some of these natural materials that we found in the nature. And we're gonna spend about probably the same amount. I think this for time wise, because we're already, time's flying by here, but we're gonna do about a minute and a half, I think, once these all get distributed, the same story. And then we'll explore what we think about these.
Okay. I don't know. I want to be. Most recently.
We have friends that are planning a trip overseas.
So maybe that's reach behind you, I guess. When they travel in Europe. There you go. Little handful of some stuff. What'd you say? Each get a pile? Each get a pile. You want some, a little, you're good, okay.
The bird are you Scottish from?
Oh, that's turkey.
Oh, another.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start now by we did bring some magnifying lenses for you as well, if you want to take a closer look. But we're gonna spend a minute and a half now kind of yeah, we don't want to start a fire either with the paper there. We have done that before on accident. All right, so let's go a minute and a half on the clock. And okay, our minute and a half has come to an end. You're just getting into it. I love it. Okay. Anybody like to share? Yes, thank you.
Notice looking at them and then flipping away, it's almost like a kaleidoscope. The
Oh,
shapes.
yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you look up.
You may
Oh,
have to
wow.
up on the wall. See, you know, real close, you see the wood chips, but if you pull it away.
Oh, through the actual magnifying lens. That's fun.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. That is really cool.
Any thoughts about the wood chips themselves?
From different trees.
Okay.
From a different tree?
From different
Okay.
trees. Yeah.
They don't smell.
I thought maybe they'd smell like.
Oh, you smell them. So they don't have an odor
No.
necessarily. Just smell earthy at all? No, no smell. So you I saw a shipwreck.
I saw bread crust.
Bread crusts. I love that. Sourdough breadcrumbs in a shipwreck. I love that. There you have it. There is an odor on yours?
Yes.
Okay.
I picked the first piece I picked up, I did
Yeah.
that, and then I picked up another one, and I definitely in this piece. like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's little eggs.
Anybody have any? Yeah.
And then I have sand in here.
Little eggs.
The deposit.
I think it's sand. Yeah, we had some moss in there too. Yeah.
So there's a lot of little black spots and it reminds me of snow fleas.
Snow
So
fleas.
They potentially be the carcasses of snow.
Okay. I can't see your name there. but
Michelle.
Michelle. So Michelle had an interesting, reminds her of those little black flecks, remind her of what are called snow fleas. If anybody's familiar with what those are, it's a little tiny insect that comes out. It's called a springtail and it comes out when it gets warmer out in the winter time. Yeah, it's really interesting to see.
Outside all year round.
Yeah.
It's a moss, yeah.
Where would snow fleas be found?
Yeah.
In the woods when it comes out about maybe about
Leaves on
30,
top of the
no, the
snow.
snow. Yeah, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
I go in the snow and I keep seeing these. things come from what?
So my next question is gonna be, where do you think that these, chips came from? What were they from? Out of a
Okay.
wood pile?
Great guess.
Like,
Yeah.
like a wood pile maybe at your house or something? Okay, there's a thought. A shredder? Oh, like a wood chipper? Okay, the shoreline, okay?
If they were naturally occurring or if they are a result of someone having cuts to trees.
I love that.
Question.
And what would have been the naturally occurring critter that would cause such a chip? A beaver, a woodpecker. Let's see. Okay. So we've got the pileated woodpecker holes. How did you know it was a pileated, Pam?
By the hole and how deep they are. Yeah.
Any,
We were out exploring the other day collecting materials for today, and I was like, holy guacamole, when we came across this. So these holes are created from a pileated woodpecker. They're our largest woodpecker. Have you guys ever seen those? Are you familiar with the redheads? Yeah. So woodpeckers, they have very long tongues, and their tongues have almost like bristles on them, right? To once they create these holes to extract the insect out of the trees. And when the woodpeckers are creating these holes, that long tongue, it wraps around their brain on the inside and it holds their brain in place like a built-in helmet. So yeah.
right? You stuck your tongue out, your tongue would come out of your head, wrap around a whole head, go back in your mouth. It's like, how big your tongue was.
No. Mhm. Yes, you can. Mhm. It is, yes.
They shove their tongue in, blah, 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 and get all the goodies out.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't know that they make sound when they do that. They might. But their call is actually very interesting. It sounds like it's somebody's being tickled or laughing. It's like,
Mhm.
and it was interesting flight pattern.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Mhm. Well, nice job, everybody.
Okay, the next. one.
Okay. 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 So we were wanting to bring some obscure things in from nature as we're bringing the indoors or the indoors, outdoors in today. Well, I'm having a hard time with that one. Okay. I know. So I only have a few of these. So bring these around. They're very delicate. These are from the nature. So I'll set these on the table, and then once you are done, I can pass it to another table here. Let you guys all look at that and see what you notice, you wonder, and what that reminds you of. There we are.
But I think that these woodpecker, what do you call them, Sarah? Woodpecker crowns?
Yes,
Yeah.
confetti
Um,
is usually what I call them. There we are.
Perfect representation though of being creative or being inspired, right? And being curious because she was looking for birch bark and then I'm in the car waiting and wondering where the heck she went. And I see her down in the bank rolling over something and then coming back with all this stuff.
You don't, yeah.
Yeah.
No, here we are. We had a
Being
bunch of,
curious about it.
that's right, always.
I was wondering if I could-
Did you all get to give a good look at this yet? I don't want to take it if you haven't. Yeah, please. Perfect, okay.
Thinking it was a critter or those.
Okay. These are all great wonders. I love it. They do. And then we'll pass one on ones. They do, but I don't want to rush you guys. You're good? Okay, awesome. Pardon my reach here. Okay, very good. Well, yeah, right.
I lived in Northwest Ohio. We had a lot of downy.
Oh, yeah. I love downy woodpeckers. They're so cute. And I love their feathers. They have the most beautiful feathers.
Okay, everybody's had a chance to look at it?
Yeah. Did we set the timer for that one? We were just
but-
flowing. Did you look at it with the?
I can't, that doesn't help me.
No?
much.
Oh.
It's like I'm-
Hey.
Hanging. I can't remember the.
They attach, they're attached to blades of grass.
It's a nature amazing.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Each one of them.
I know.
Okay.
It's fascinating, isn't it? I mean,
Here we see them.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Does anybody, what did you guys notice? You want to share what they noticed about this? Do you want to share what you noticed?
Just have a feeling that it's the interior of something. It's not the exterior.
This is it. I don't know. Yeah.
Like the interior of a critter
A critter or a nut of some
or,
sort.
okay, that, yeah, that's a great, that's a definitely a great observation. Anybody else?
Smooth on one side, like it's attached to a twig.
I'll give this to you so everyone can hear you.
What type of twig or branch?
Okay, we are on the right track here. That's a good one. I'm gonna ask you another question. Why do you think it would be attached to something?
It was just very smooth on the one side, like a perfect.
You had a groove.
Yes. Very nice observation, ladies. Okay, how about over here?
We thought it was hanging from something because it's got this little thing sticking off. there.
Okay. Yes.
You know, they'll hang from something.
Mm-hmm.
Very light.
It is light.
And like honeycomby inside.
Did you ever have anybody take a bite out of one?
Yeah.
No.
Some little
It's like-
some little
Reminds me
kid
like
going,
what are those circus peanuts?
Yeah.
It reminds me of seafoam,
Yeah.
like seafoam candy. That's what I think about every time I see one of those. Yeah. Yes.
It seems like it should be a shell of like a dragonfly or a beetle or something.
Okay, got
but there's
exoskeleton.
There's no, it's not hollow inside, so,
No.
but that's what it
Okay.
seems like. It should be.
Okay.
Okay, shall we see what?
I love it.
Bailey.
Yeah.
All right, take it away, Sarah. So,
That's what I said. It seems like a chrysalis.
yeah, so this is a praying mantis Uthaka. So what everyone, Uthaka, it is fun, isn't it?
I would find those in my garden and I would say them off. One of my son's friends loved bugs. He always
Okay.
wanted to steal all my praying mantis.
Ah.
things.
So
H-E-C-A.
HECA,
Two O's.
2 O's, then THEC.
That is the
A.
foamy substance that she is laying, yeah, and attaching to a
Mhm.
hard.
Uthaka. So the Uthaka is the egg sac. So all the eggs are inside the sac. Yeah, and so
30 to 300.
Yeah.
Babies, then they call mantids when they're babies.
Mhm.
Big mantids.
mantids,
How cute when they-
they look exactly the same. They're
They're just.
This would be, I mean, they are out now, like the Uthakas, and they would hatch in like late spring, early summer.
To the,
Mhm.
one side was attached to the stem, sorry.
But I will tell you a story. My son and I were on a hike and I had found an Uthaka and I had brought it to take inside to take to work. And I had it in my cup holder and it hatched.
That's what happened to my.
I couldn't
son's
believe
friend.
it. I was like, oh, I had baby mantids all over in my car. And then I felt awful. So when I get to a preserve, I'm trying to like carefully take them out and place them back in nature. It was a wild
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, they
Um,
take pictures most of you know that the female will bite the head off the male.
Mhm.
Mating, but for nutrients, the babies, when they're born, it's the same. They don't have a food source right away. They start attacking each other.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest. They will
Yeah.
eat each other to survive. Yep.
So I think it's time, we're gonna do one more.
Okay.
How about one of the items in here, maybe the.
Sure. Okay.
You want to?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's just so much to explore. We could be here for hours. Okay. So in your centerpieces, there's something pretty special we are going to check out. We're going to explore these and we can leave these in there. Sarah can hand those out. So this is what we're going to explore next. So we're going to take a minute and see what you notice, what you wonder, and what it reminds you of. And if you know, don't share.
And they have a couple there.
They do, but I'll give them a good. Oh yeah, there's fine, or that's fine, I think. I can take one out of there.
Hold these out, you guys, take a look at these.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Double win. Thank you.
Oh, she had it, got it.
Oh.
So we're gonna spend about 1 minute examining this piece of plant that was in your center piece there.
Yeah, I could just fight it.
Oh, yeah.
Carry
Oh, boy.
Look at it, that's what I
Yeah.
said, look at it sideways, kind of looked like either like an alien.
And it
it's like-
does.
I said, this is an alien, and it's she's adding to the story. We've got a whole nother story going. I know. Transmitter.
Hey, like I
Yes.
said, Be creative, be silly.
That's
so
right.
I'm glad to see you're doing
Maybe
your
we
part.
Oh, my gosh.
I could write a story next time. Maybe like you pass it around to everybody to write a line.
I like that idea.
That one
All
is
right.
pretty unique. Okay.
Here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. Oh, where is our nature mic? Here we go. Okay, friends. Would anyone like to share what they notice about this? Anybody? Okay. Here you are.
Somebody pointed out that there is a hole. in each
Oh,
We think.
okay.
Maybe some kind of.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Great observation. How about you ladies over here?
Something that maybe
Something
escaped.
ate it or something escaped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Very, yeah.
Trying to break it.
Okay. Love it.
Doing great.
It's super strong. Yes. Okay. All right. Are you ready to see what these are? Okay.
Okay, big unveiling. It's gonna be the second slide because we skipped one.
Okay. So,
It'll tell you.
yes.
Very good.
Yes. These are goldenrod gulls.
So if you really want goldenrod, you could play.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
You're not miserable.
Gall. No, a gull, Galls. These are gulls or gull. But so there's a gull fly that lives inside here. Yeah. So what the gull fly does is she lays her eggs in the stem of the goldenrod and it burrows in. So this is something you'd call a parasitic symbiotic relationship. So the parasite is benefiting, right? Like you were saying, whoa, this is really hard. So what's it getting from the goldenrod?
Protection.
Yeah, protection and nutrients, right? So it's the goldenrod gull fly. Gull fly. Yep. Yeah. They have a very short lifespan. They only live for like a few weeks. And they'll emerge out of the galls in like late spring, early June. Who do you think would be a predator of a gull fly? Yeah, definitely birds. Yeah. So some of these, I know you guys, let's see, I know, Teresa, you had a hole in yours.
Yeah.
So that's probably from like this could have been from pecking, but trying to get in. Yeah. But I will say, if you find like a perfect circle, like perfect, that is from the fly emerging for out of the gall. And what they do, so the larva will chew almost to the very end of the gall. And then when it's ready to emerge, its head swells and it helps it emerge out of the gall. Yeah. It's just one fly coming out.
It's in there doing its thing.
Yeah.
So it metamorphosizes
Inside. Yeah. And when it completes metamorphosis. Yep. It's just a little fly. Yeah. And like I said, they have a very short lifespan.
Maybe a food source, you know, they live for, gosh, I don't even, was it like 10 days or something?
Yeah. That's not long.
Yeah.
The fly gets in there because the female fly will lay eggs on the stem and it burrows inside the stem. It does. Yeah. So so I was just saying, this is like it's called a parasitic symbiotic relationship. So it'll burrow in the stem and then it kind of activates something in the stem to think it's part of the plant. And then the gall will grow around it. So then the parasite's able to benefit from the plant.
Larva has almost like a antifreeze in it, so it doesn't freeze, because this will be over.
Winter.
Winter.
Mhm.
And then they'll emerge in the spring, but it has like a sweet taste, and some people actually have known to taste to eat them. Or I've heard of them being used as fishing lures. too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
The whole gall itself.
No,
Just the larva
just the
inside.
picture of the
Mhm.
larva.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I believe our time has come to an end. I know that we had a couple other things.
Next time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you.
Question.
Yeah,
We can give you some of that information for sure.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it.
But yeah, and I also wanted to pass out, before you leave, some of those things for the journaling prompts as well.
I just want to share, I don't know if any of you are watching NBC, The Americas.
Yes,
That is, it's incredible, and I will look at it differently
Yeah.
Sunday when I watch it again, to do that.
Aw, awesome. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yes.
I am curious to know about, and other people might want to know, why